if I were to say the one thing that's not quite impacted is basically just lease offers. Almost everything is getting impacted. There's very little that is not going to see some sort of shift with the rules. You know, obviously I mentioned the offering price, which is meant to be the selling price of the car, not including required governmental fees. So things like dock fees are going to be baked into that price that you're listing, for monthly payments. So any sort of lease or monthly financing offers, you're going to have to make sure that that's being listed. If you're doing comparison of two different payments with one of a lower price and then say a longer term versus a higher price and a shorter term, you also need to add additional disclosures to those to say that the lower price is going to be more over the course of that lifetime. And then I think to from my own perspective, the kind of changing that they're adding to APR offers is going to be one of the largest. So for many years, you could list an APR rate, and once you put a term on that, you then needed to give the cost per thousand that's being financed. But because of this change with offering price and needing to be very transparent with the price of the vehicle, if you're advertising an APR offer on a vehicle, you need to list the actual monthly payment that they're going to have, because we know that offering price and that's going to be kind of static in that advertising. So instead of giving that cost per thousand, we need to put an actual monthly payment there. And I know that that's going to be a bit of an adjustment for a lot of people, especially if you're, making your disclaimers by hand. That's something that, with our retail ready incentives platform, like we're preparing on that side, so that way we can kind of just be plug and play and it'll calculate all of that automatically. But I know that's going to be a shift for people. Instead of just, here's an APR calculator, I want 0% for 60 months and it spits out $16.16. So it's going to be very comprehensive changes, just across kind of all facets of advertising, especially anywhere that there's going to be some sort of actual offer being put in front of a consumer.
So, Zach, I think in conversations that we had before, when you were looking at all of the offer types, you mentioned what would be the smallest. I mean, so if we're looking at what can we put on a digital graphic, is it the off MSRP is going to be
Yeah.
the go-to? Or?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a big shift towards, if you're really pushing an incentive-based piece of advertising, especially on smaller digital graphics, you're going to want to be pushing any sort of off MSRP or other discounts or even a selling price, because those still have the fewest requirements. And really, as long as you sub out MSRP for the offering price, that kind of covers you there. And it really will be a kind of a discovery to figure out what offer types are going to work on what sizes, and have to be that conversation with your partner from that creative standpoint.